Yes guys, what is up? Welcome to Supercars of London and welcome to Gravelwood Cars. I'm here in my BMW M2 competition and today I feel like between myself, Tony and Magnitude Finance Calculator we are going to be providing some pretty interesting consumer advice because at the moment Tony has quite a lot of M cars. We both champion them. He's got M2 competitions, he's got M2s, he's got M4 competitions, M140i's, the list goes on. And today we're going to try and find out what is the best BMW M car that you can buy and what is the best BMW M car value for money. But I feel like we're missing a car that I've been desperate to drive ever since I heard just how good they are. So I'm just gonna sit back and wait. We'll start here at the BMW M2 competition because it's the car that I own, it's the car I've done 7,000 miles in, it's the car that I know the most. I had an F80 M3 before this, but I think if you were to walk into a BMW dealership now, this is probably the best driver's BMW M car that you can buy. Yes, the CS is more hardcore, more track focused, but this, I think, its breadth of ability is slightly better. What I love the most about the BMW M2 Comp is you can just jump in this car, put it into Sport Plus and just get a crack on. They are great on the B roads and I think that really is where these cars shine because if I'm being completely honest, they're not the most practical car. It's not the best daily that I've had, and when I'm talking about breadth of ability I'm talking about as an out and out performance track car almost, and also a daily driver. And the thing with the BMW M2 Comp being a 2018-2019 car is BMW have tried to make it as usable as possible so that you can spend as much time in this car as possible. It's not that bad, but it's also not that good. I think on these roads, this is where this car shines, but it's got stiff suspension, it's got a short wheelbase, doesn't have that much of a boot, also only has 2 doors, so from a practicality point of view, I think I'd probably go down the route of having an M3 or an M5, but as a driver's car, I think the M2 Comp is as good as you're going to get brand new from BMW. It's the size, it's the fact that you sit so close to the front wheels, the steering is, everything about this car is bang on and perfectly set up for you to just go and have a hoon. But actually from a daily driver point of view, there are better options within the BMW M car range. Welcome to the BMW M, a 2011 car that is really a halo BMW product of our generation. It's 9 years old, 335 brake horsepower, manual gearbox, lightweight, the size of a go-kart, rear wheel drive, and it's just back to basics. It is just a completely stripped out car. BMW only wanted to build around 2,700 of these cars, but they ended up building over 6,000. Incredibly popular. But if we're going to be talking about BMW M cars, we can't dance around the fact that they depreciate a lot. This car, however, has done the depreciation and is actually going the other way. This is up for £40,000. It's done 50,000 miles, and even still, it's a bargain. Around £375 per month on a finance package, and what you get for that is a go-kart and a car that is truly engaging and a thrill to drive on the edge. And it does feel like it is going to kill you. I mean, I've had traction light flickering a couple of times in this car and I've not been pushing it particularly hard. So to get behind the wheel of one of these cars, it is a bit of an honor. It's an opportunity that doesn't come up that often, but now that we're here to talk about the best drivers BMW M car and also the best value for money, I thought I had to feature this car on the channel for this particular video. And I do think it's the best BMW M car. It is a properly stripped out, I mean, it's track ready at the best of times, and the sun is very, very bright and also very low. But if you're looking at the M2s, which are a great package, the M3s and the M4s are quite big, and the M5s and the M8s are even bigger, much, much, much faster. But they start to shift over towards that daily driver approach with a hell of a lot of performance. Whereas this, it's all about the performance. And what I am worried about arguing with Tony is he's going to say the BMW M5 is the best value for money BMW M car there is. Now, that's all well and good, but I think my argument still stands that you could go and buy a BMW M as your weekend car and then go and use the difference between a M and an M5 on monthly payments to go and buy a very comfortable, very capable, very practical daily driver and have an amazing 2-car garage. So yes, this is the best M car BMW made. But I also think you could get incredible value for money, potentially by having 2 BMWs in your garage, one being an X5 diesel, let's say, and this being your weekend car, so you can just park up onto the driveway, swap cars, and go and do the boring, mundane A to B driving stuff in your X5. I'm feeling pretty confident about going back to Tony and telling him that is better than having one car being the M5. Because when you daily an M5, it becomes your norm, you become used to it, and therefore becomes less special. Whereas if you were to jump in this every single time, manual gearbox, rear wheel drive, oh, that's really where the fun starts.
Tony, I bought about the M in one piece. Are you surprised?
Very. We'll drive car in the wet, not good.
That's why I came down today. Now, I drove the M2 competition, I've driven the M, 2 of arguably the best BMW M cars. I know you're going to say something different, and I do hope by the end of the video that Archie turns up in his M8 competition so that we can go full circle, starting at the best and ending at the worst.
Yeah, just a pile of shit. The most expensive and the worst.
Well, that's what I want to get onto, because I've done some calculating on obviously the Magnitude Finance calculator.
Don't tell me you've been an Auto Trader again.
Oh, yes, I have.
You haven't, you?
I've been on Auto Trader. I literally go from Auto Trader to Magnitude Finance calculator, back onto Auto Trader.
You wouldn't believe the amount of messages I get from him. Or we're in a group, we get from him about, what I found, boys. I'm going to supercharge it and put V12 in it. I'm going to turbo it. He's talking about micros.
In your opinion, what is the best driver's BMW M car?
The M?
The M.
Yeah, best drivers.
I think it is as well.
Yeah.
Manual gearbox, the right amount of power, which I think gets overlooked these days when you're looking at what the new M4s, M3s are going to be pushing out, and M5s.
Yeah.
It's silly fast.
Yeah.
The M8 0 to 60 is like 0.8 seconds. It's terrifying. Not when Archie's driving it.
Or you.
True.
Yeah.
But, okay, I think that goes without saying, M is the best driver's car.
It's not the best car, it's the best driver's car.
Exactly, because now I want to get on to what I think is going to be more interesting consumer advice. What's the best value for money
M car.
BMW M car?
If you don't buy it new, because
we're talking about used.
Yeah, because
new depreciation is terrifying. I've already said that in the video.
Oh, you've done that?
Yeah.
So I mean, I've just come and sat down. I mean, I don't know what he's going on about. Like most of the time.
Well, I thought M cars is a bit of your speciality. You've got enough here.
I've always got a lot of
You
M
do
cars.
really well on them.
Oh, yeah, we do. So
And you do like them.
Yeah, I did like it. It's a driver's car, although I can't drive. M5, new shape M5.
As predicted. I
Yeah.
thought you would say that.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, 4-wheel drive to 2-wheel drive, daily driver to supercar, it does everything.
It's 4 cars in one, mate. It does absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's more practical than an M2 comp.
Yeah.
It's faster than the M3s and the M4s.
Yeah.
It's safer than all of them.
Yeah.
And it's probably nicer inside than the M2 comps, which is still they are quite
Loads
basic.
nicer inside.
They're just a nice place to be, but my argument is, if we were to rattle through some of the monthly payments, so just as across the board, 10% deposit, around 6% APR over a 4-year deal, 1M, £374 a month.
That's unbelievable. It's not a lot of money.
It's not. When you consider an M2 comp is around £490 a month,
Yeah.
and they're both similar money.
Yeah. It's because the M2 comp's going to lose more money than the 1M.
Yeah,
The 1M.
the balloon is going to be way up.
Yeah.
The 1M has already done its depreciating.
What's
It's
gone
not,
up?
yeah, it's not even depreciating. The M3 comp, we're talking about F80,
Yeah.
£530 a month. Again, because it's slightly older.
Yeah.
Most of them have done more miles, therefore balloon's even less than an M2 comp.
Yeah.
Then we get to the M5, which is £760 a month, which sounds expensive when you've just reeled off those.
What is expensive?
But actually, when you're saying that you're getting 4 cars in one, you only need that car on the driveway.
And that's new shape, right? That's not
Yeah,
talking
new
about
shape.
old shape. Yeah,
New
yeah.
shape.
Okay, yeah, new shape car, yeah.
What's that? Tractor? Or is that Archie?
It's probably one of my stock cars. Another one blown up? No, don't do that here.
Then we go to M8 competition, which is at 90 grand. So it's already depreciated around 40.
Yeah, they're 120, 130, yeah, they are.
So this car
Joke.
is less than 6 months old and it's already depreciated 40 grand and it's still over £1,000 a month.
Yeah.
So that's when the M5 looks good value for money.
Yeah, because the M5's got a proper boot and 5 doors and it's 20 grand cheaper. And it's cheaper per month.
So are we saying the M5 is best value for money M car?
Yes, all round, best value. I mean, listen, some people might only have 300 odd quid a month or 400 quid a month. They haven't got...
Then get the 1M.
Well, yeah, get one or any of them. They're all good.
Yeah.
But if you like a clutch,
Yeah.
and you want to be involved, then you got to have the 1M.
Yeah.
If someone said to me, an M2 manual, they do an M2 comp manual, don't
Yeah,
they? Yeah.
And they do M3, M4 comp manuals.
They do.
They're just really rare.
Really rare, yeah, because no one would be stupid enough to order one. So if you've got one, by the way.
Hold on to it because it will go up in value in about 15 years' time.
Yeah. But yeah, if I had to pick between as manual derivatives, I would have the 1M. Because you've got a bit more character.
I came up with an argument that you could go and buy a 1M at £375 a month. Then you'd still have about £400 a month to play with for your daily. So you have a 2-car garage per month at 750 quid versus an M5.
I don't know, just have the M5 thanks.
Would you?
Oh yeah. Because that's everything, mate.
I know, but
So what are you going to have? So you'd have...
a 1M, and then you could go and buy... You could have a C63. Oh no, but this is a BMW video, god damn it. I've just got AMG. Or...
Has it got to be BMW?
No.
Oh, no, I just have the M5, mate. I just have one car and stop
Okay,
talking about.
yeah.
You just said it's 4 cars in one.
My argument is flawed. I went out in the
flawed?
I went out in the 1M and I was like, you have to have one of these. If you want to be if you want to be a BMW M car, you have to have a 1M.
Normally though, if you've got enough money to have a new M5 and you're daily in it, you've got another 300 quid a month to have a 1M.
Yeah, true.
So you can have both. So let's up that to £1,000 and then this is the perfect 2-car M-car garage.
It's not bad actually.
It's
Great shout. There you go. Consumer advice. As good as it gets, really, because I've come down to a dealership with a man that kind of knows what he's talking about.
I would hope I sort of half have a clue, yeah.
But I just thought BMW M cars, they are so good. All of them do something a little bit different, but provide you with a driving experience. And that's what I love about my M3.
Yeah, that's all BMWs, I think, in general. They just have that, you know, normally, we spoke about this before, normally you're an AMG fan, or you're an M car fan, or you're an Audi RS fan, And they're all good, but they all just do something different.
Yeah.
But I just think the M car, if you're a driver,
That's the one to have.
I think so, yeah.
It is.
Yeah. An M car is the one to have.
There we go. I think that answers the questions that I wanted answering.
Don't buy a new one.
That's the right way to end the video.
Best consumer advice I can give you: do not buy a new one.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Head into the link into the description. Check out the cars at Gravelwood Cars because they've got a lot of M cars. And also head over to the Magnitude Finance Calculator. You'll probably end up bumping into me. I'll see you soon, guys. Yeah, I'm actually the live chat. If anyone asks a question, it's me. It's my second job. How can I help?
The server's great, but what is gone there?
I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Goodbye.
Hello.
God, he's so busy.
Oh, well done.